Hello and welcome. Today I'm reviewing the Dermstore Sun Care Kit that they put together in collaboration with the Skin Cancer Foundation. In this kit, you get 8 sunscreen products. You get a powder, a stick, 2 full-sized facial sunscreens, body sunscreen, hair sunscreen, lip sunscreen, and hand sunscreen. So this kit has you covered basically from head to toe. I was so excited in the spring to review the Sephora Sun Safety Kit that they do each year in collaboration with the Sloan Kettering Foundation. But by the time my kit came in and I sat down to review it with you and I'd announced it on my community page, which I felt so bad about, the kit was sold out. It sold out within less than a week, I think, this year. And it was so disappointing that I didn't even bother to review it because you couldn't get your hands on it. About 6 weeks ago, Dermstore reached out and offered to send me their sun care kit, which I said, yes, please, thank you. I wanted to do a review on a kit for you because you get multiple sunscreen products in one kit and you save a ton of money. In this kit, you get 8 sunscreen products. You get a powder, a stick, 2 full-sized facial sunscreens, body sunscreen, hair sunscreen, lip sunscreen, and hand sunscreen. So this kit has you covered basically from head to toe. When you buy a kit, you really save a lot of money, and it also helps you find that holy grail sunscreen that you might be looking for. Sunscreens are a bit of a search. I know I'm always looking for the perfect sunscreen. I found a few that I love, but I'm always on the hunt for the next greatest sunscreen. So let's get busy reviewing this kit. I'm gonna start with the sunscreen powder that they included. This is the one by Color Science. It's their Super Matte SPF 30. This is their translucent powder. You can get it in several different colors. I always like the translucent powder because what is great about a powder, you'd never want to rely on it for a sunscreen only because it just doesn't give you the right amount of coverage. But what it's perfect for is applying throughout the day over your makeup. Another great way to use a sunscreen powder is if you've applied a sunscreen that's just a little bit too dewy, you can use the powder to kind of tamp down that dewiness or that glow or that tackiness. So I always love having a sunscreen powder on hand. However, I would never rely on it as my sole sunscreen. Next up is the sunscreen stick in this kit. This is the one by MD Solar Sciences, their Solar Stick SPF 40. And I wanted to remind you that the Color Science is all mineral, and so is the MD Solar Science Solar Stick. This is a great product for 2 purposes. If you have really sensitive eyes and you want to wear a chemical sunscreen on the rest of your face, you can use a stick, especially a very gentle mineral stick, around your eye area. That way you still get coverage around the eye area, which is very important to protect. If you think about it, we're always getting sunburn right in this area. And you get lots of discoloration here. So if you have trouble protecting your eyes and wanting to keep sunscreens that are irritating away from your eyes, the MD Sciences Solar Stick might be just the right one for you. Another way you can use this is to touch up throughout the day. This is very dry touch. It's not tacky at all. It doesn't remove my makeup, maybe a slight bit, but I've just applied this makeup, so it's still a little tacky. But once my makeup dries down, you can use this during the day to touch up over your makeup. If you're going out midday and you just need a quick way to retouch and you don't have a powder, but you want a stick, these are both great ways to retouch throughout the day. The next sunscreen is one you guys have been asking me to review forever, and you get a full-size product in this kit. It's the Elta MD UV Clear Broad Spectrum 46. This is a combination sunscreen with zinc and octinoxate, and this is a beautiful sunscreen. It goes on clear, it's slightly dewy, it's not overly glowy. Your recommendation was spot on with this sunscreen. I love it. And I'll do a demo here of me applying it so you can see how it looks on the face. It's so pretty, and it covers without any white cast. In the second demo, I'm going to compare the Elta MD Physical SPF 41, which has a slight tint to it, to the UV Clear. I love both of these sunscreens. As you can see, the Physical gives me a little bit of tint. It's probably not going to work for anyone beyond Fitzpatrick 3. Both of these are lovely sunscreens. Elta MD typically knocks it out of the park with their sunscreens. I've tended to step away from Elta MD because I had such an issue with their first physical sunscreen that it just left my face really orange, but I think they've done a great job in reformulating this. Love the physical and love the combination sunscreen. Just to clarify, the UV Physical doesn't come in this kit, but I was very excited to review this for you and compare it to the UV Clear, so I decided to include it in this review. The next sunscreen is another full-size product that you get in this kit. It's the Tula Protect and Glow at SPF 30. This is a beautiful sunscreen. It gives a gorgeous glow. Given that it's a chemical sunscreen, I was really expecting it to be a higher SPF. It is only SPF 30, and I believe it's only water resistant up to 40 minutes. But I love this. It gives a subtle glow to the skin. It's so pretty. I also wanted to compare it to the Supergoop Glow Screen. This is not as glowy. If you've tried that and you're sort of hesitant about trying another glowy sunscreen, this one is definitely a little bit less glow, and you don't go out looking like a disco ball. And if you find this a little bit too glowy, you also have in the kit your matte sheer powder that you can put over it. The body sunscreen that's included in this kit are 2 little sample sizes of the Anthelios Melt in Milk Screen. This is a very popular sunscreen. It's been around for several years. It's made by Roche Posay, SPF 60, 80-minute water resistance. So this is a great face and body sunscreen. It doesn't bother me on my face, but I do avoid my eye area. It says it's been tested for sensitive skin, but I do keep this away from my eyes and use something else on my eye area when I use this. But this is a great sunscreen all around for the entire family, face and body sunscreen. And you get 2. The next few sun products in this kit are areas of the body that need sunscreen, but that you might forget. First is the Tula. This is their scalp and hair mist. This is a very fine mist. It doesn't leave much of a residue in your hair. If your hair tends to turn color like mine does in the sun or with UV protection and you don't feel like wearing a hat, at least spritz on a little bit of this if you're going to be out in the sun. This is only SPF 30 and it does have a fairly strong scent, which is accentuated when you're out in the warm weather. So if you don't like a scent in your hair, I really don't, but I'm also looking for UV protection when I'm not wearing a hat. I usually just plop on a hat, head on out the door, and don't really think about it. But sometimes I don't want to wear a hat, and this is a great option. So I'm very excited to try this. Also, because my hair is thin and it's very light, I can burn along the scalp area. My scalp is really sensitive to the sun. So this you can spritz along your scalp, along your part line to prevent burning along the scalp area. And it will also protect your hair from UV damage. Now, they say this is a unique product to Tula and that there aren't any other hair protectants out there, but there are. You can use a UV protectant leave-in conditioner. You can also try the B&B, the Bumble and Bumble. I find that to be a little heavier than the Tula, but definitely don't neglect sunscreen for your part area, for your scalp, and your hair. Next is the lip sunscreen that they've included in this kit. This was a disappointment. This is the Jane Iredale Lip SPF, and I didn't get a color. I only got the clear. I was thinking they might send me a color, but obviously they want this to be kind of a universal kit, and some colors might not work for some people. So I understand why they put the clear in here. It's super tiny. I think it's great. It's a PSA reminder to wear sunscreen on your lips. It is only SPF 15, and it does have a scent to it. It's medium moisturizing, not super moisturizing, but it glides on really nicely. Like I said, it's a good PSA to remind you to wear sunscreen on your lips. You can just use your regular sunscreen around your lips, unless, of course, it has a horrible taste. This actually smells like limonene. It's a lemon extract. I'm going to put that in right below in the screen if that's included in here, because my understanding is that can be sun sensitizing. I might be wrong about that, but it has a fairly lemony scent. So this was a little bit of a disappointment, but it's kind of a little bonus in the kit. I actually have 3 lip products that I prefer. First are the 2 freebies that I get at my dermatologist and my dentist's office. These are both SPF 15, both chemical sunscreens for the lip area. Another option is the Vanicream, which I've used for years, and this is an SPF 30, and it's a mineral sunscreen. So this is also a great option at a higher SPF. The last product in the kit is also a bit of a PSA. It's the Hand Screen by Supergoop. This is kind of just a reminder that we need to wear sunscreen on our hands. I just apply my sunscreen that I'm using for my body or my face on my hands every day. But to be honest, I do forget throughout the day to reapply on my hands more often because I reapply to my face once or twice during the day if I'm going to be out and about, but I sometimes do forget to reapply to my hands. So it's really important to reapply your sunscreen to your hands after you wash your hands or after you've been out and about for a while, because it wears off so much more easily than the rest of our body or face. This is a wonderful purse size that I can keep in my purse just as a really good reminder. Also, if you're not using sunscreen on your hands age quickly. And I have to say that's one of the first places that I noticed aging. The sunspots on the top of my hands, which after now about 8 years of consistent sunscreen use, my hands no longer have dark spots. I did use a bit of hydroquinone on them back in 2019, 2020 to really lighten up those spots. But after that, first 6 to 8 months of swapping in the hydroquinone and using sunscreen protection consistently, my hand spots are gone. So if you want to do yourself a favor and help anti-age your hands, definitely wear your hand sunscreen. That's a wrap up of the entire Dermstore sun care kit. The value of this kit is $212. However, the cost is only $65. And I'll point out that the Ulta MD is $41 and the Tula is $38, which is about $80. So you're already saving about $14 or $15 just with these two products in the kit. I hope you've enjoyed today's review. Don't forget, wear your sunscreen every day, and wishing you a skintastic day.